What's up? Hey, how about a 6-leaf? And look at this box. It's like upgraded, man. Like this is a normal 6-leaf box, right? Like all of the others I've seen have come in like this box. But looky, man. Yeah, made in Yangzhou, China. And it's got an upgraded box, man. How cool. Alright, so this, now y'all know I made a commitment to 6-leaf. I'm starting to put them in, man. This is they're like Tucson's, man. They don't have names or anything. But this is the SL-17. It's D2 steel, titanium handle. Yeah. I mean, I like the way it looked in the pictures. But the size seems more manageable in person. That's my first impression. Like, I think looking at the pictures, I thought this knife was bigger. And to be honest, bigger in a way that didn't make me want to get it. Like the fact that it was titanium and stuff, I thought, yeah, that's an upgrade for a 6-leaf knife. Let's get one. But looking at the pictures, for some reason, it just left me thinking that this was a big, kind of oafish, cumbersome knife. But I could tell you, looking at it right here, I don't feel that way. This looks like a perfect size knife. This looks like my size knife. Now, I may change my mind once I get it open, but let's check that back flipper tab. Okay. Man, that was snappy. Yeah, there's nothing big or cumbersome about this. Now, the blade shape is kind of aggressive. Maybe that lent to the overall feel that I had. Because that's kind of, it's got that recurve and then an opposite curve, you know. Let's check the action. Oh, drop shut, man. And the detent's kind of weak. Let me try to fail it, but I don't think I can fail it. Like, it just went home. I can fail it. Really light detent. If you put any effort into it, though, man, it slings it out there. But you can fail it. Try that thumb. Yeah, so the thumb's money. The detent's perfect for that thumb. It breaks that detent and goes wing. Yeah, very nice. What about the Spidey flick? Yeah, same thing. Detent's perfect for that. So maybe it was a pick 2 for over the 1. But yeah, that's really nice from there. And it's not bad from the back flipper tab. So I probably should back off of that statement. It's not bad from back there. It's just I can fail it. Wow. The action is just, I mean, it's drop shut. Wonderful. I wonder if there's any play in that blade. Like, I can't be saying all this great stuff about it, and then I grab the blade, and it's just rockety rock, you know. No, solid, man. Hey, let's take it apart. We're definitely going to take it apart and check it in, clean it up if necessary, see if there's anything we need to address in there. Okay. It's captured. I can see that. It's got these nice barrel spacers in the back. Pretty cool. Yeah, and the pocket clip acts as the last contact point or connection point for the scale, so it's got to come. Overall, I think I like the pocket clip. We'll see. You know, it's got to prove itself, but it's got pretty good spring on it, and it's got a nice ramp. I think it's going to handle the thick pants and everything pretty well. It does not want to give it up. Yeah, everything's really tight in there, which is, I mean, it's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But I feel like I'm manipulating it now. I'm getting it to start to come loose. I've got the back loose. But now this pivot up front, it is tight on there. Nice tight tolerances, man. For sure. The only thing I really don't like about this is because I'm using this blade to help me manipulate this. And, I mean, famous last words before I'm cut. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to try to back off a little bit. See if I can't put some pressure back here. Sometimes pressure on the opposite side can help relieve tension. Yeah, that thing's not wanting to give it up, man. Not at all. And of course, now we're in an awkward position, so I'm just gonna have to, pry in there. I don't know any other way to make that happen. Yeah, even that ain't making it want to give up. And my guess is when they put this on and then put the screw on, in that D portion right down there, it locked that in there. It wouldn't be the first time that I've seen that. But it's not going to beat us. I can tell you that. We are going to get past it. Eventually it's going to succumb to our will. No question. I'm going to pause it though, because we're not going to burn up all these minutes watching me struggle here. I'll get it figured out and I'll let you know what I did. All right, so I just got a screwdriver in there and pried on it. And of course I left a couple of small scratches on the inside here. But I couldn't get it to go. I had to pry in there. I guess there's probably some logic to having a wood pry tool or something that's not as tough as this titanium be scratching that coating, because I definitely scratched that. But c'est la vie, man. We're in there. Pretty light coating of oil in here. I don't see a lot of dirt. So, you know, and of course in the end it's easy to go, yeah, I probably didn't even need to really take it apart, but man, you never know. It's hindsight. What's that about hindsight? 2020, it's crystal clear. Let's wipe these down. So I had one of y'all ask me a while back why I put oil behind these. And I only do it, and of course it probably does absolutely nothing, but I only do it when I have washers like these, and I'm going to show you why I do it. But it's probably meaningless and stupid, because in the end, the bearing is supposed to roll on the washer. It's not the washer's job to freewheel. Okay, interesting. So this detent, this screws into it as well on both sides. So it's got a screw head on both sides of it. Huh. But it is captured. Very interesting. Okay, so the reason that I do it is because on a washer like this side isn't really polished, and this side is. So I tend to put the not polished side down, but before I do, I put just a dab of oil on that because it's not really polished. Does it, I mean, I know it kind of makes sense what I'm saying. Does it do anything? I'm not saying that, man. I don't know if it does a dang thing, and it probably doesn't. Probably does absolutely nothing. But it's just one of those things, because that surface isn't fully polished. I just feel like, you know, it's not going to hurt me to help it a little bit. Yeah. I mean, and there may be a case to say, well, when you don't allow it to grip, then it slips and it actually produces drag, versus it biting into the titanium and then the bearing running. So, I mean, if somebody said that, I mean, I'd say, hey, that makes sense. I mean, my brain can get around that. I dig it. But I've been doing it a long time, so it's just something I've gotten into. When I see that bearing and it's not polished on that other side, I tend to put a little lubrication on it to try to help it. Now this side screwed in independently, even though it's, so both sides screw in here. Interesting. Never did get that pocket clip off. That thing wasn't having it. But I'm okay with that. See if I got blade play. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna have to tighten that up. Yep, still do. I'm not sure where that ends, but that tightened it up. But I'm too tight. I can feel it. Our drop shutty's gone. Well, not by much. But I can definitely feel that that is tighter than it was. So I'm going to try to back that off just a little bit, but try to maintain the correct pressure on that blade so that we don't have any play. There we go. Yeah, it even released the acoustics. It's got a little ting to it now. All right, well let's check it out. So drop shut action, just as smooth as a baby's bottom. Man, wow, very good. Detent's perfect for the thumb and the Spidey flick. Wonderful detent. The back flipper, I mean, it's good there. The back flipper slings it out. If you put any work into it, it's higher than the pivot, so and it's got great jimping. Really sharp jimping. So when you grab there, I mean, it's bitey. Really good jimping. Let me try to fail it. Yeah, I can still fail it. But a little bit of work and, I mean, just effort, and that thing just rings out of there. Does great. All right, ergonomics. So this is a really good, confident grip right here. There's no jimping here to really lock that thumb in, but the thumb studs tend to create a wider platform. So very comfortable position. This jimping is super sharp here off of that back flipper. And so it locks this finger in really well. I mean, all said, even without jimping here, I'm going to say that's a very confident grip. I mean, no concerns about forward work with this knife. That the grip is going to maintain, even if the hand's wet, you know, that the forward grip's going to be maintained here. You can kind of choke up. There's a little spot to get right here. So you can try to get a little more detailed with that tip, that blade. You know, that blade shape, you got two tips there. You got this one here, and then you got the one out there. Well, this one here, I mean, that's going to be great for cutting. No question about it. So, I mean, the ergonomics, really good. I feel the pocket clip. I feel this going on here. It's not hot, but I feel it in there. So it's not invisible. For sure, I feel it in there. But it's a good grip. It's comfortable. Nice. I mean, it's a natural knife hold right there. Feels good. Let's check the pocket clip. Yeah, Great action. And it had an upgraded box, remember? All right, here we go. So it gets over that material. It gets really thin, the space between the back of the clip and the face of the scale. And so I really got to force it to go all the way home in this thick material. It's got a nice profile sticking out. For a milled titanium pocket clip, that's a small amount sticking out. So, yeah, and it's not unattractive. That's pretty cool. But, boy, I really had to force it home on that thick material. Standard jean size material, yeah, it's money, butter. That's a one-handed operation, in and out of the pocket. Perfect on that size material. Runs all the way home. No resistance, really. Does perfect. This outside corner of the back right pocket, yeah, again, and it's a good looking profile. I mean, there's nothing aggressive about this whatsoever. It looks good. It's nice. It's a good look. It's an attractive pocket clip, and it works well. Let's check it for safety. Wonder if I can. Oh, let's start with the tip. Oh man, I mean, is it hereditary or what? I mean, I'm just looking at that tip. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, all day long, man. I can get it. And so if I wasn't paying attention and this was in my back pocket and I was reaching in with my hand to get that, I could get it. But I'm really kind of having to manipulate my finger because the tip is actually behind that edge of the scale. And so I'm having to kind of pull down and I'm going to pass that. It's just too much work for me to make that contact. Well, I mean, if I go right at the top, right there, yeah, I could touch it all day long. So that's a fail. So if my finger goes on the top with any force, and then I go, oh, I got to get, over here. Slice. Whoop. Yeah, that's a fail. That tip's exposed. What about the back of the blade, off the back of the knife? Yeah, so this is good. It's got a lanyard hole here, too. Yeah, no contact here. So the pocket clip's good. I mean, I'll pass that. The back spacer, blade contact, I'll pass that. This tip, if you go right here, you're touching I'm touching the tip the whole time. Yeah, just place my finger on it and I can feel the tip of that knife. Can that be profiled off? Yeah, I mean, with a couple of sharpenings, just to work that tip back just ever so slightly. But, man, that's not what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is, how did I get the knife? How did it come? When I took it out of the box, what's going on? Not everybody's down into profiling knives. Some guys want to buy that knife and put it in their pocket. Well, I'm just telling you that if they're all like the one I have, when you go here, you're going to touch the tip of that knife. I wonder if it's sharp. I mean, I'm going to say that's acceptable. Might have a burr on it, but it's definitely sharp. 100% it's sharp. Maybe a burr. Yeah, it's sharp. Would I like it to be cleaner without a burr? Yeah, and I may do that after the video. I may strop it up. Where are we at? I'm going to do it right now. Okay, so I ran it on my belt strop instead of my manual strop. And, man, I got to tell you, like, feeling this thing is sticky. Whew. And I like my belt strop if I think our angles are matching. And I think on this one they did match up, which is, for me, it's like 16 degrees, roughly right in there. Yeah. So, really sharp now. Let's talk price and availability. So, they sell these on eBay. It's one of the things that SIXLEAF does, is if you'll go and search SIXLEAF, and I have a link down in the notes below for 6-leaf. So if you'll go there, you'll find all the 6-leaf knives. There's 2 sellers, and both of the sellers will list knives and just put a buy me now price on them at the same time that they're running live auctions. So if you just want to buy one, you can just click the buy now and boom, you'll own the knife and they'll get it coming your way. If you want to run through the auction, you definitely run the chance of getting a better price than that fixed price. I mean, that's the deal. 100% that's what's going on there. So this particular knife, I paid $30 for this knife at an auction. Actually, I think it was less than that. I think I might have paid $25 for this knife. No, I paid $36 for this knife. I also have, and it may be here, because I have a pile of knives, and there's quite a few 6-leafs sitting here for me to get to. But I also have the same knife coming in color, and I think I paid $50 for that knife. So for a budget D2 full titanium knife, you know, my budget's right at $50. I am revising that because, man, there's an awful lot of knives I'm coming across right now with D2 steel that are considerably more money than that. Look at the blade. Very super centered. Yeah, I mean, so there it is. The 6-leaf SL-17. And catch that link below and you could go down there and find the 6-leaf sellers. There's 2 of them. And see what's available. I appreciate you watching.